Hey, hi, hello. What? Hey, hi, hello. Welcome or welcome back. I have been crying. Mind your business. Hey, we're back for a vlogmas, Yatmas, whatever day this is. So if you're like, did you bulk film these? Maybe I did, mind your business. But the topic of this video, which, a great prompt, thank you, Terry, is what books did you read this year you think deserve an adaptation? And I was going through my list and I'm like, ooh, some of these would be really fucking good. Now, would they be able to do the adaptation justice? That's another question. Really, they need to hire me. But I chose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 books that I read this year that I think would be great in an adaptation. So I'm gonna yap about those. Yeah, that's it. So the first one on my list is one of my favorite books of the year, spoiler alert, and it's This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. When did we read this? In January or February? I've thought about this book every goddamn week since then. I think it could be difficult because there's the horror, almost like ghost element to it, but then there's also this little bit of sci-fi in it. But I mean, you have the ghost, and then you have like the trauma from his wife's death, but you also have the dog that's almost like Cujo. Like, it can be done. It's kind of been done. You think about like the movie Cujo and some other things. It just would be, especially with the talking, the creepy Alexa could be really, that makes me think of, what's that movie? Vox Machina? Ex Machina or something? Yeah, it makes me think of that with a little bit of Cujo in it and something else. I think it could be a really, am I the right person? A really concise 90 minutes or less film with some really good tension. Oh, I need to buy that book and I want to reread it because what a masterpiece. I still think about I still think about it. It's so, when we discussed it, I was like, wait, I have more questions, and not in a bad way, in a good way where I'm like, I want to rewatch this. So if you did not read that with us earlier in the year, I highly recommend you read This Thing Between Us. It is fucking weird, but it's so good. And I have been chasing its high all year. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it without giving much away, because it's not long. It's like, what, 200 pages? 272 pages. Didn't even feel that long. But basically this man loses his wife and he's dealing with that grief, and then also is his house haunted, and then he moves, but like, does the ghost follow him, and this stuff with a dog, and it's good. So I highly recommend, but I would love, in the right hands, I think that could be a really good, stressful, tension-filled, spine-tingling horror film. Yes, I do. Then, kind of on that same horror tip, now I didn't love this book, but I think it could be made into an entertaining, like, horror thriller kind of movie. I'm not great on genres, but Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, which started off really strong for me. Basically, they're like rumored that there's these killer mermaids in the Mariana Trench, and like a documentary crew goes out there. I feel like the book, the pacing was off, and we didn't get enough of like murderiness. It was a weird mixture there. But I feel like in a film, it could be really good. Again, let's not make it 200 minutes, a nice 90 minutes, something really concise. You still get some of the science, because I think that's another thing that didn't work for me in the book, was sometimes they were just going on about the science. Like, some of the scientists were just like having these monologues. I'm like, oh my God, okay. And then it's like, there's killer mermaids on the ship and you're talking about your research right now. I'm not interested. But a better balance between the scientists who come on this trip and the killer mermaids and what they're going to do about that, because there's all these various personalities that the book focuses on that I think wouldn't be as jarring in the movie to go back between perspectives, but I think that could be good. Again, it needs the right people, it needs good special effects and really great makeup artists and a person to really write a good concise script, but the potential is there and I would watch it. Next I put Amari because I did read Amari and the Despicable Wonders and the Great Game. And I just think they're so good and they're fun. I think about like Percy Jackson getting its adaptation. Obviously, they're making another Harry Potter. I think like middle grade fantasy stories are just fun to read, but also would be fun to watch. To have this little black girl on screen being badass with her friends and like, obviously, again, it always would take the right people and not so much this ghetto-ass CGI and good makeup and a good story, but it could be fun and I think it'd be a great thing for young black girls to see on screen. I love the books. I would love to see them made into movies. That's all I got to say there. And then this is one, okay, I don't know if I've talked about this one a lot. I read it as an advanced reader copy. I think it's out now, but it's called American Rapture by CJ Lead. Oh my God. It's like, usually coming of age stories don't usually work for me at my big age, but this one works. It's like coming of age story during kind of like a zombie apocalypse. But she like grew up in this very like conservative, I think Catholic family, and she has to deal with that and her upbringing as she's on the run for her life. And she also comes across people who have not grown up like her and has to like be like, oh wait, my mother would judge you off rip because of this, but like, oh, you're actually a good person. It's just very interesting. I thought it was excellent. I would love to buy it and read it again at some point, but for like a post-apocalyptic, it's not post-apocalyptic, it's like as the zombie apocalypse is happening, it's also an interesting thing that happens to the people who turn into these zombies. Would be very interesting because it's like a major part of the story, but also with this girl who's like been isolated in a small town with these Catholic parents and now is like, oh my God, I'm being exposed to the world, but like in some of the worst circumstances, because obviously it's not just she went off to college and she's having fun partying with her roommates. It's like, oh no, she's running for her life. And she has to learn all these things while also learning how to survive and depend on other people and learning to trust other people. And it's so good. And that would be an entertaining movie. I wonder, I don't know who would be good to be the character. That would be another thing. If I had to think about fan casting these, that would take me a lot longer. But that could be a really interesting movie. Because I don't know the last time I watched a zombie movie, and I don't really think I've watched zombie really anything since The Walking Dead, which went past its. I gave up on season 8, I think 7 or 8. Negan, no thank you. But that could be good. Again, a movie, not a series. We're not trying to overstay our welcome. A movie could be excellent. Oh. I just thought of something that happened at the end of that book, and I don't. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it hurt. But you still should read it. Thank you. Then I put Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop, which is a romance. There's so many romances I would love to see adapted, but I feel like they just don't. Does Hollywood do a good job at anything these days? No. But it was so good. I read it earlier in the year, and they're basically, what did they go to an island for her sister's wedding? One, I just know a lot of fine people who could be Rome. Like Trevante Rhodes. Oh! Yeah. He could be Rome. I don't know who the woman could be. I have to think on that, but yeah, I'm thinking of Trevante Rhodes. I will insert a photo as Rome. And he was just, he was a good man, Savannah. And just like beautiful black people They were just all of, like, there was multiple. The friend group was so funny. I think that's something I loved about this, and I am so interested if she writes another one, like, with these friends, because the friend group, their interactions with each other was hilarious. Like, I thought they were, it genuinely made me LOL. And so I would love to see a group of beautiful Black people making me laugh, looking beautiful on this tropical island, because I forget where they go, but they do go to some island for this wedding. Also, oh my God, the drama betwixt the main female character, her sister, and her mama, that would be good to watch. Who would her mama be? Ooh, I don't know, but that would be good to watch. You know, you have the romance story, them on an island, you have the friends, and then the family drama. I love family drama. So I just think that would be good. We need more rom-coms on screen. I'm grateful to have lived through the golden age of rom-coms in the early aughts, but we need a revival. A good 98-minute rom-com, only for the week I nominate. I have 2 left, and I'm on 1 bar of battery. Let's hope we can do it. I put The Air He Breathes, which was a book I read earlier in the year. Another romance, not a rom-com. A lot of sad, a lot of heavy. But when I read it, it felt as if I was watching a really good Lifetime movie. And I used to love me a good Lifetime movie. They have gone downhill, but in the late in the 90s and early aughts, Lifetime movies, they were in their bag, honey. And that book read like that, like a good dramatic ass. They both lost their partners, and they're coming together, and first they're using each other, thinking they're each other's partners, and she has a child, which, you know, I love a man who takes care of a child that is not his own. It is so much drama and angst and just emotion. And I need it to be that OG Lifetime energy. That would be amazing. Somebody call me. I feel like I really should be the whatever is betwixt the person who read a book and it helps. Like, I don't want to write the script, but you need my input. They need to call me. Last one would be Bloom, because the fuck, I would love to watch that crazy ass shit play out on my screen. It would start so wholesome and like at the farmer's market and oh my God, a cupcake, oh some soap. And then it would get fucking buck wild and you would be like, what the fuck? I thought, what? Yeah. Okay, I want to see the raccoon scene. Yeah, and especially how it ends, bitch. Now, I don't know if they could put these things in a book. Could it go to the theaters? Or maybe it would have to be a HBO TV MA rating film, because I need it to be, I don't need them to cut no corners. I don't want them sugarcoat nothing. I want the book on my screen. That shit was crazy. I don't even know how to explain Bloom. It's basically like a sapphic horror. Yeah, it starts cute and then quickly you see somebody's crazy. She's really crazy. And the other girl ain't too bright either because she stays. But I want to see it play out on screen. Much stab, much bludgeon, much murder. Yes, I think that would be great. I think it would be great. So those are just some of the books that I read this year. My top ones, honestly, like in my mind, a lot of things could be a good adaptation. But these are some that I think would make really good films if I was involved in the creation, in the casting, the creation. Really, I need to oversee everything and it could be perfect. So if you read any of these, I would love to know your thoughts if you think they would make a good adaptation, or if you have any books from this year that you think would make a really good adaptation. I would love to hear it. Thank you. So thank you again to my patron Terry for submitting this prompt, because I had a lot of fun going through and be like, oh yes. That would be great. And now I'm really mad because I want these. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturize, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.